Hi everyone, Dustin here again at Council Gun Club at Osprey Training Facility, talking about the things I really rehearse with the carbine. Just like with pistol, like my other instructional videos, it is all about the movements leading up to the shot, the movements that support shooting, okay? But with the carbine, I'm rehearsing 4 or 5 different key points of performance, making sure they all happen in sync, on demand, and they happen consistently and repeatedly. So what I'm looking for, mainly I'll work from the movement position to begin with. So kind of pulled back a little bit over the shoulder, muzzle gently towards the next threat or target. This also works good for tight quarters when you're moving through a threshold, through a doorway, around other people, etc. And I'll work this. I want to make sure my left arm, my support arm, is extending the same every time. I'm achieving the same amount of muscle contraction in the arm every time. As I extend that, I'm connecting with the stock, I'm seeing the reticle, I've already gone on fire, and I'm starting to touch the trigger. So all those 4 or 5 different key points of performance are happening in sync and on demand. Right here, just quick, and my reticle stopping exactly on the target that I'm using for a reference point for these dry runs, okay? Move around a little bit, maybe aim at a couple different targets this time, over the shoulder. Leading with the eye, not tracing the reticle, letting the eye leave the scope, finding the next target, and then getting reticle over to that. I am looking for any inconsistencies in any of these reps. If I'm feeling that stock kind of connect in different spots of the shoulder pocket outside of the pec, if sometimes up here and activated with that support arm, sometimes I'm getting low and lazy as I get fatigued, I want to correct all that. Again, I want all these things to happen in sync on demand. That left arm extends, stock goes to the exact same place every time. I went to fire. As I move that gun up, as I see the reticle, I'm starting to prep the trigger and confirm the shot and fire. So hundreds of reps like that. Then I'll work lots of reps from different heights of the low ready. So some from way down here, coming up, connect, aim, aim, aim. Some from barely depressed below the target, kind of at the feet of the target, barely looking over the optic. Here, 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 here. Okay, and the one I work least, this is the least favorable to me, but it does have some uses, is the high ready or port arms up here. So coming from up here, connecting, target, 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 target. Again, I'm looking for any inconsistencies in all that. If you have any inconsistencies in that, you're getting different spots in the shoulder, your arm's doing different things, you're starting to touch the trigger at different times, inconsistent cheek to stock connections, you're not going to shoot well. So you're kind of wasting your time just punching holes in cardboard in the range, thinking inconsistent reps are going to make you better. I'll start adding some movement to that. I don't want to get out of the camera, so I'm not going to move too far, but from the movement position, I'll move up, stop, make sure my legs are loading the same every time, and everything is happening in sync. You'll see on my rifle, and most any high-level shooter who knows what they're doing, they keep most of this slick. I don't want hand stops, foregrips, barricade stops, and all kinds of stuff on there. I want my hand to just be able to move to where it needs to be. And my hand is the barricade stop. If I go up to different types of barricades, usually I go to a C grip, and that is my barricade stop. I don't need barricade stops causing interference and causing a hard pivot on barricades. Look at any top level shooter. Most of them have the front of their gun mostly slick. So that's why mine is like that too. 2 or 3 steps out from the barricade, I just go to that C grip, and that is my barricade stop right there, my hand. That works for horizontal surfaces, vertical surfaces, all kinds of different obstacles. I don't want any crap on the front of my gun that doesn't need to be there. I have a pretty normal optics height, okay? I want a good connection with the gun. You'll see a lot of instructors with a 4 or 5 inch optic, and they're very good at this right here. Just one drill when they, no cheek connection, coming up the same every time and hitting that one target. Okay, you'll see that 4 to 5 inch high optic. They do that very well, but when it comes to movement, driving in and out of positions, transitioning across multiple targets, shooting on the move, most of them are lacking, but they don't show that. So pretty normal height optic, good connection with the gun, and rehearse the movements that support the shot. And I recommend keeping everything up here pretty slick. Don't believe me, look at most of the high-level shooters out there. They have a pretty clean front of the gun. Any other questions, feel free to comment or shoot me a message, and we have some pretty good classes coming up soon that we'll post about within the next couple of days. Hopefully that helped a lot of y'all.